Hey everyone, let's go for a drive. You ever wonder how much food grade plastic you eat? Licorice, gummies, processed cheese. Who knows? Maybe it's all plastic. Of course, moderation, but it's certainly not like when we were kids. Or is that cliche? This is like I've bit through wire that was softer than this. You know, when you're like, the casing wires and like stereo wire and just electrical wire. This is just as harder, and it has the same texture. But it tastes good, right? Can't be bad for you. Anyways, hope everyone had a good eclipse or whatever that was. And if you're watching this, you made it another day. Doesn't matter when you get this. There is no time. There's only now. Because right now you're watching it. And if you weren't, then you wouldn't be doing something else. Weird, huh? So, I don't know what this thing has been floating in my head all day, and I want to write it down, but I don't want to sit still today, so I haven't written it down. So maybe it'll come out. Maybe I won't post this, but maybe I will. I don't know. But I think it's time for the truth. I mean, it's always time for the truth. There's no right or wrong time. But you hear that? But when people continue to lie, even though the truth is very obvious or it's out there, it can be frustrating, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I guess you don't let it get to you. But when it affects your life or it affects other people's lives, and there's injustice involved and cover-ups and all this other shit, the truth is really important. And a lot of people are living in whatever they consider their truth is. But, whoa. That was crazy. The fuck was that? She had like face tattoo that looked like a skull. Wow. Anyways. Whoa. That was weird. So, I hate to use buzzwords, and I think it seems that everything now is toxic and narcissistic and this and that and whatever, and it's been overused, but there is and are people out there that are pretending to be authentic, but they're not. You probably know one. You might even live with one. You could have been married to one. You may have been raised by one. Maybe all the above. It's weird, right? Start waking up and realize that the reality that you thought was your reality was actually constructed by liars. And whether that's on a microcosm or a macrocosm, doesn't really fucking matter. Sorry for the F-bomb, but sometimes the F-bomb is necessary. So, a lot of us, our nature is to, put up with it or bury it or, it's just how they are, or that's just because they're family, you have to put up with it. But the reality is, you don't have to put up with it at all. You shouldn't put up with it at all. But many of us put up with it for a long time, and are probably still putting up with it and don't even know it with certain people because they have not revealed themselves yet. However, all shall be revealed in time, especially if you are dealing with these covert narcissists and you cut your energy from them, because they do anything to either get your attention or smear your name or make themselves bigger and better in their own eyes, and they don't care who they destroy, who they hurt along the way, and like a steamroller, they just flat everything. They don't care. Of course, there's degrees to this, and some of them are worse than others. But these coverts are the worst ones. These ones that trick people very intentionally and create a persona to the level of, like, I would even call it, I'm not a clinical psychologist or anything, but like a split personality, like a role that they can just, like an actor, you just like turn it on. Okay, I'm this character. Those are the dangerous ones. Those ones, and they don't care. They scorch the earth. Once they start getting caught, or think they're going to get caught, they'll take everybody down with them. They don't care. Which is sad. And, each case is probably its own. I'm sure there's lots of overlap in, like, the causes, maybe the root causes, nature versus nurture, trauma, all these things, socialization, TV, all that stuff. Right? It's not surprising, because we all kind of start as little narcissists, right? Or as kids, we're little. It's all we know, right? We just know ourselves, so we don't a lot of times think about other people, or we just think about what we want right now. But it's these adult kids that never grew up that are the problem. They are the virus, and I think it's your duty to expose these people. And not for revenge, because revenge, the best revenge is no revenge, in my opinion. Like, revenge is the wrong motive. To get somebody, you're bringing yourself to their level. However, if you know somebody that's been wronged by one, and you can help fix that situation, I think it's important that you do, or offer as much support that you can, versus putting your energy into fighting. You're putting your energy into fixing. So I guess I don't even think there's a thesis to what I'm saying. It's just all these thoughts that I can't write down right now. Probably not even going to make much sense, but that's okay. I've been labeled crazy and anti-everything. The thing about these narcissists, like, if I get personal about it, like, I had to fight for however long that I wasn't anti-Semitic, even though I have, like, Jewish, I don't know if I've never really looked into my bloodline, but I definitely grew up in Jewish neighborhood. I definitely had many Jewish friends. I shouldn't say grew up, but I spent summers in those neighborhoods in Toronto, and at the time you don't even know, right? Like, you're just your friends. And then you find these things out later. Like even in high school, I didn't find out till after high school that some of my friends were Jewish, right? Like, so obviously I'm not like, I didn't stop being their friends because of that. But imagine having to fight for the truth, like that you know is the truth, right? It's weird, right? Like the truth doesn't make a noise, and that's how you can tell, because these people that are lying, they make the most noise ever. They will slander you. They will turn people against you. They will just lie without contempt for anything. And that's not cool. And I think whether we know it or not, we all fall victim at some point to that. And I don't like that word, victim. Words are powerful. And I grew up definitely without a victim mentality. You take accountability. You do unto others. And so, as you have done to you. So if you do that, I don't think you can really put yourself in those shoes, the victim shoes. I never wanted to be like, oh, poor you, or whatever that is, poor you. But these people love that. They love creating like this drama that they can control because they've created it. And that sucks. So, I mean, I'm avoiding, I think the main thing I was trying to say, or I am trying to say, is that I am, see, it's hard, right? It's hard to say it. And this was part of the reason that it was hard. It's hard to combat it. So it's hard to sometimes admit that you've been the victim of something. And I am a survivor of narcissistic abuse, so I am saying it loud and proud. Of course, I've been afraid to say it because that's what these narcissists want. And, if you really give in to the idea and the emotions of it, and then the fight, you end up getting persecuted for your reaction. This is what they do, right? They make it more about your reaction than what they did, and it's a way of deflecting the energy. It's very clever. However, going through a process and courts and life and all these other things, it is amazing how how easily they can get away with it. It's very interesting and tragic, really. So, I think if anyone watches this and is afraid, don't be afraid to admit it. Don't create that persona that you're a victim forever. You're not, right? You just got caught up in like a spider web, basically, right? And you got away because you're listening to this. So many of us get caught in that spider web, and then we just give up. We can't get out. We stop trying. We compromise, right? Compromising with a narcissist means they get their way, right? Which is like not compromising. So remember, if you're always compromising and putting yourself second, you're not being a noble person. You're being manipulated. And that was something I had to learn the very hard way. And I'm sure many of you have had worse scenarios or events that they've survived. And I'm very grateful to have protection that I do, and the faith that I have in myself, in the higher powers, and the track record that speaks for itself, right? The fruits that you bear are your proof. So, I don't want to get too personal, because then it's personal. But I guess everything in life is a personal experience and a analogy or some kind of euphemism or story that you tell. And I think it's important to know that people out there are faking it, and they're hiding it, and just so they don't have to either deal with it, or because they're ashamed, or whatever their justification is. I don't know. I don't know everything, that's for sure. I know a lot about my own situation, but the more and more I talk to people, the more I learn. And you can go deep down the rabbit hole of the empath and the narcissist, and what that whole relationship is, and the things you learn. But these covert narcissists, like, I still deal with one almost on a daily basis. And they've got a lot of people fooled. Not everybody, because people talk, people know. The one group of people they don't fool are the people that they fuck over, right? And it's only a matter of time until they fuck you over, because you're just a supply, and when your use is, like tissue, once you've been used, you're thrown away. So, again, personally, I've had my history virtually erased, and although I know in my heart what I've done, and I'm sure God is the witness, the truth is the truth, and it shall set us free. It certainly set me free. These narcs are relentless. They will never change. They hate themselves so much that all they can do is try to make other people believe they're bullshit, or make you feel small. Usually both. And they'll turn your friends against you, but that's okay, because then you learn who your friends are. Again, it's a process, right? It's a process. People, you disconnect from certain people, they figure it out, right? But the number one weapon is to not get, is to cut it off, right? So cut off all ties, all energy, all everything. Now, that's trickier when you have kids or you have family, but you can still do it. And of course, that all happens by setting boundaries, but they don't care about your boundaries, but you've got to live inside your boundaries. You can't get into these induced conversations, and you should not get into these induced conversations, because all they're trying to do is trigger you into an argument that they can use against you to go, see, you're just like that, or whatever. And it's like, well, no, I'm not. Right? But they can get you. They're good. I've seen it firsthand, that's for sure. No doubt. No doubt. For sale, eh? Sometimes you change your mind, right? Change your mind. Sell your house. Anyways, that's a side thought. I'm inside my own head. Where was I? So, yeah, I mean, I just wanted to share. I think this is more of a sharing video than it is, like, I don't know what you're going to get out of it. If anything, I'm not out here for the views or the clout or the, not here to, like, have everyone like me about what I'm saying. Especially, like, you're not going to win any of these narcissists over unless you agree with them and you bend your knee. But you have to stand in your truth, even when they're standing in theirs and you know it's not the truth. because their house of cards comes falling down. Just have to let it. It's going down anyways, so they're trying to take you down with them by inducing these conversations. So don't get involved with that shit, right? If you do have kids, create the boundaries. What works for me is no in real life contact, because then they can just lie. They can tell you that you sexually assaulted them, or that you said this or that, and like they can say anything, right? So don't get into those positions. Protect yourself, protect your energy. I'm not saying to be paranoid. I'm saying protect your energy. It's easier than you think. And but it does take some strength to do it, and to commit, and to, what's that word, persistence, right? Have the persistence to, and self-respect, right? It's you, it's your energy. Like you can't compromise with that anymore. You have to put your energy into yourself first, and once you start there, that's how you build a strong foundation. You cannot build a foundation with a liar, because lies are cracks in foundation. And trust is everything, right? And lies destroy trust. And, all that stuff is pretty self-explanatory. Sorry, I know a lot of these people that live in these houses, so I'm looking around. Squirrel, 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 squirrel. Anyways, look at all the houses for sale. There was a time none of these would have been for sale, but I'm pretty sure the ship has sailed in Prince Edward County. To an extent, anyways. It's not the place it used to be. It is beautiful, though. It's nice living on the water. Very nice. I don't know where you are, but I'm sure wherever you are, get to the water. And if you're near water, you probably appreciate it. I think that's all I got right now. I don't know. Maybe I'll think of something else, or something else will come to me, but I just, you survive, you pick up the pieces. Remember that everything in your whole life you've gotten through. You're here now, no matter how hard it was, how tough it was, how much loss, how much, devastation. Just don't let them take you down all the way, because that's what they want, because they're going down. They're all going down. And I'm not being specific. I have no animosity. I have no anything. I have nothing. I don't believe in revenge. I never have. I withdraw my energy, and they hang themselves. They always do. And I know that's not the most uplifting thing to hear, but there is light at the end of the tunnel. And the sooner you cut these people off, the better. So just know I love you. Watch out for those coverts. They're hard to spot, but you'll know. You'll know. You feel it in your stomach. They make you feel less. They make you feel numb, tingly. They don't take no for an answer. They make you feel guilty for just disagreeing, even though it's not an argument. You're just trying to offer another perspective, right? Remember what I said earlier. If you're with someone or someone in your life and you're compromising all the time, I think it's, that's not being a good spouse. That's you bending, having your will bent by these people that'll throw you out like a tissue the second you make a stand. And that's what makes it so hard to make that stand, because it's like a trap door. All of a sudden, boom, the floor's from under you, right? And sometimes it is easier to live in that lie and just go along with it than actually facing the consequences of your actions, because you've enabled them. You're not, we all enable them. We are contributors to our own happiness, and we are the contributors to our own misery. So be aware of that. Awareness is everything. CKU, right? Offense and defense, right? It's awareness. Once you have the awareness, you can change the game. But you have to control your emotions, and you cannot get into these induced conversations. They're gonna make up shit about you. You just gotta be like water off a duck's back. Like, the things I've been accused of are incredible, and anyone who actually knows me would know that it's not true. Like, there's nobody that could corroborate any of that unless they're on the side of the narcissist, and that would be, where would they get their information from? From the narcissist. That's like getting your news from the propagandist. You're probably not going to get the most fair point of view. And so, knowing that, just be careful out there. I love you all. I hope this didn't go on too long. I don't even know where I am now. I'm past Wellington. I'm just on 33, driving forever. But that's what it's all about. It's a long road out of hell. But we get there. And so follow me and come for a drive again in the next video. I love you guys. Bye.